Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm here with my compadre, and he has been banned from what's his Discord group again? Uh,
Child support for men, which is
from-
actually the thing is, it's a very badly named subreddit because it's meant to be anti-child support, but
yeah,
the name implies it's for child support. It's good. It gives you the impression if you didn't know it'd be a pro-child support group. But
yes,
anyway, that's been pedantic,
yes,
right?
of
But
course.
the real problem here is that the group's pro-censorship, right? And they're really, really dishonest about it. And it's controlled by a right-wing nut job who's a dishonest, quote-unquote, libertarian. Now,
Yes.
Birth of PM, one of our members of the Pro Male Collective, he got banned from the group, right? And when he told me, I assumed, oh, you just must have been rude to them, right? You swore at them or something like that. You got
Yeah.
frustrated. You had a heated debate, right? And he showed me the evidence, and it's obvious that that's not the case at all, right? He got banned for expressing his views in a calm, polite, and accurate manner. He backed his statements up with a link, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like he was just making a claim and refused to back it. He backed his claims, and the right winger who controls the group just banned him. Now, what makes this worse is this right wing parasite promoted himself in our spaces. He promoted
Yes.
himself on your channel. Shall we have a look?
Definitely. Now let me see if I can get to this channel. Yeah, there we are. Here we are. Jack, our child support for men welcomes everyone. This is on in my video. We ban these trolls and these men who know about the subreddit. If Reddit wouldn't have hidden us behind a second click.
That's paranoid nonsense, by the way. He's not hidden by Reddit at all. His group's just small, so it's not prominent. So this guy rants on about paranoid conspiracies about leftists taking over Reddit groups, hijacking them and taking them over. He's basically saying that Reddit gets the staff members on the groups, which is not true at all. I'll tell you why all these political groups get hijacked, right? Especially the ones he was talking about. He was talking about right-wing Reddit groups, right? Right-wing men can't organize, right? They put up no boundaries. They're not disciplined in any sense of the word whatsoever. They get co-opted, and most right-wingers are pro-feminist anyway. And when this happens, they have to turn around and blame conspiracy instead of looking at their own behavior. Their own behavior leads to them being taken over. And he can't deal with that truth,
Yes.
unfortunately. So, because I've been reading the Reddit and what he's been posting, it's paranoid nonsense. Now, shall we look at the post that Pro Male Vendetta posted?
Okay, let me take a look. This is the ban. No, that is just a minute. That's not it either. Here, just a minute.
Well, that's the post. That's the screen cap of the post being removed. Screen cap was taken.
Here.
So
let me see.
Let me send this. Let me just send it. All right. Let's see it. Yeah, scroll up, so we can see what the post is. Okay.
Government Scott vetoes alimony child custody legislation. Most right wingers are pro child support, which they are.
Yes, and I think you've done a video about this guy in the past, haven't you? About Governor Scott, how he vetoed equal shared parenting bills. You've done a video about it.
I can't remember if I've done it. I've watched.
Yes, you have.
Okay.
You have. So we've talked about this before, right? This has been talked about before in Pro Male Collective. And the problem is, too many right wingers blame feminism on the left. Too many right wingers act like the right are pro male. They're not, right? This right wing Republican governor was lobbied by the National Organization of Women, and he vetoed a shared parenting bill and an alimony reform bill that was very popular. The vast majority of the population wanted these things changed. Okay.
Yes.
Right. And even women, I'm telling you, even women want alimony reformed. And I'm going to tell you why. It's not because they're good people. Many women, right, they want a high status man, and many high status men are divorced, right? And they don't want this divorced high status man paying his alimony to another woman. So they want limits put on it. Okay.
Yes, of course.
So child support and alimony reform, people want reform in that. I think it was over 80% of the population in California or Florida, I can't remember which country, And Rick Scott vetoed this. He went against the Democratic will, and he just vetoed it. Okay, and Pro Male Vendetta did a post. Let's scroll down and read it.
All right, let's look at it. Let's see what he did now.
Let me scroll. Let me read it.
All right.
If equal shared parenting became the default on divorce, the pretext for child support would disappear. That's true. Feminists lobbied Rick Scott, and he listened to them and vetoed alimony and child custody reform that would reduce female privilege. That is true as well. There's loads of news articles about this online. That's easy to find. Yeah. Many right-wingers hate the thought of paying for welfare for another man's kids, but are quite fine paying for the court system that boots men away from their kids. That's a very good point. A lot of libertarians go, I'm small government, no big government, but they support big government when it favours them. They love big prisons, they love the military-industrial complex, right? They just don't want government helping other men out of charity and welfare, basically. That's it.
Exactly.
Anyway.
If society...
Right, ringers are quite fine for paying for the court system that boots men away from the kids, then charges the men for it. If society wants to strip fathers of rights, it is society that needs to foot the bill, which is quite true. If you push men away, reduce them to be weekend dads, and don't even enforce visitation, men are under no moral obligation to pay, right? If men are not even offered 50-50 shared parenting as a default, they've got the moral right to say, I did not consent to this, fuck you. And they've got the moral right to walk away. I'm sorry. So if society wants to strip fathers of rights, it's society that needs to foot the bill, not the fathers. Also, a lot of women who are on child support still get welfare anyway. That's another thing that doesn't get talked about.
Yes.
So the whole, it's about not paying them welfare, that's a lie too, because the women still get welfare, they still get housing, they still get food stamps, they still get money from the government, okay? And look, I know of cases of poor working class men, and even homeless men paying rich women child support, okay? So at the end of the day, the pretext is false. It's all about punishing the man.
Yes. What really ticks me off when I try to point this out, there's the odd woman who actually pays child support, and they'll try and make it egalitarian, like the whole thing is even Steven. It's not. It's the odd woman might suffer, and even the odd woman does not get jailed. I've never heard of a woman being put in jail or being charged 100% of her income and told to get a job. I've never seen her living in her car because of child.
Yes. Okay. In the UK, it was the right-wing Margaret Thatcher that introduced the modern child support system. This is absolutely correct. Towards the end of her reign in power, she changed the child support system to make it more draconian, to go after fathers. So Margaret Thatcher was small government, get the government out of our lives. But hey, except when we send the state around to extort money from men against their will. Yeah, and again, most men are booted away from their children by the mothers, period. That's the norm. So you can't blame the fathers for it. Left wingers are complete hypocrites on this issue as well, and I'll deal with that in a future post.
Yes.
If men are to get, so I was going to attack. I've got to say, right, that this guy was going to tackle it fairly, right? He was going to deal with the left wingers. He was going to talk about them. Boom. No, not interested, because he attacked the precious right wing. Okay, and I've made the mistake of trying to engage these right wingers fairly, and I always regret it. It's a waste of time, Pro Male Vendetta. If men are to get child support abolished or reformed, they have to have zero loyalty to any political party. That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. No party is pro-male. We can't be loyal to any party then. Period. But what feminists do, they go to each party and says, who's going to give me the better deal, right? They get what they want. Feminists still turn on them and go, fuck you, give us more. Yeah. It works. It works for them. If you are a submissive loser and you're loyal to your political party, you're going to get nothing because you're already loyal to them. Why should they give you anything?
Yeah.
So anyway, let's look at a post about libertarian denying being a right winger.
Okay, let's see. I'm going to see which one. We've got multiples up here. Is this the libertarian one we're talking about? Yes.
Yes.
I'm
Okay.
not right wing. I'm a libertarian, he says.
Okay. If that is the case, okay, if he's not right wing, why did he remove a post calling out Rick Scott, a Republican, for supporting child support, blocking equal shared parenting? If he's not right wing and he's a libertarian, if libertarians are not right wing, why is he censoring and covering up the truth about the Republican Party?
Yes.
You see what I mean? You see what I mean? So he's not
Sure.
right wing. They always do this, right? They go, I'm a libertarian. I'm not loyal to the Republican Party. I'm not right wing. And then they turn around and be loyal to the Republican Party. They
Yeah.
want to have it both ways. They're absolutely.
Another one is the centrist. I'm not a right
Yes.
wing. I'm a centrist.
Yes.
I've never
And
heard.
always,
Yeah, go ahead.
if you're a libertarian, you're right wing, period.
Yes.
It's just as simple as that. Okay. Anyway, libertarians are right wing. Your small government versus big government is a right wing framing of the issue, and it's a false one. It's absolutely correct. Oh, so nice downvote, bro. The truth is worth downvoting. Maybe there was a downvote before. Most libertarians I've spoken to are pro child support. They're in favour of it so they can avoid paying for other men's kids. And that's absolutely true.
Yes.
Absolutely true. So,
but these guys are all for paying welfare to women now.
yes. or they don't put as much energy in trying to stop it. Like these guys are anti-food stamps, so homeless men can starve to death.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because so if you got rid of these welfare systems, women would still be fine. It's been proven. Like in the Great Depression, it was men who was hit by it the hardest, or women were still taken care of by society. Like, so society would band together and make sure the women are fed, and just let the men wander the streets, starving, looking for work.
Of course, the Great Depression, it's always like the male bum on the railroad. They're always jumping the trains to go to town looking. There were never any women there. The women were always looked after somehow by somebody.
Yes. You know? Yes. So I think we can conclude that right wingers are anti-male, right wingers are pro-censorship, right wingers will not let you challenge their bad ideas as well. The problem is, if you deny what the right wing want in misandry, you're never going to tackle misandry. You're never going to stop child support, right? Because the worst states for child support are Republican states. They've got the worst child support laws. The average right winger believes in male hyper responsibility. So if a man gets divorced, it's his fault. If a man's alienated from his kids and doesn't get to visit him, he's got to pay. If he complains about it, he's a deadbeat loser, right? As you've shown in that video, this all comes from the right. All comes from the tradcons. Yeah, they're the worst proponents of it. And I've got to say, the left are bad at this as well, but the right are objectively worse. I'm sorry. And if you can't handle that hard truth, don't run men's rights groups on Reddit. Just don't. You're wasting everyone's time.
Now, before we go any further, I just want to bring back here, because if you see, these guys have no rules. There's none. So no rules for pro-male vendetta here to break.
Yes.
So did you hear that? Child support for men.
There was no warning. There was no warning either. There was no knock this behavior off. Pro-male vendetta. He didn't swear. This has nothing to do with rules anyway. He didn't swear, right? He wasn't abusive, right? He didn't straw man. He didn't debate dishonesty, right? He didn't spam. He didn't troll. He just posted. That's it. Yeah. So there's no rules that are broken, even there was rules. Like, I'll give him some leeway for having no rules. These groups new, right? His group's like really, really new. But at the end of the day, there's no rules broken. Period. Yeah.
There's a couple other things I want to see. This one, the downvote isn't a disagree button. What do you mean? People downvote because they disagree. So what kind of bullshit's this?
The downvote isn't a disagree button. Since you can't behave, you've been placed in a timeout. No. Since you can't behave, you're getting banned from the YouTube channels we run, and you'll be banned automatically from all spaces we control. You can't behave yourself, right? Yeah. replacing people in a timeout. Wow. And look,
And this is the
okay.
other thing I wanted to point out. Let's see. You will be
Look,
banned from our
sorry.
What?
The downvote isn't a disagree button.
It is.
That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense.
That's what I just said.
Yes.
Yeah. I said, of
Sorry.
course it's a disagree button, because that's what
Jesus.
downvote means.
Yes. So that's gaslighting. That's just that is lie. That's insane. That's like saying 1 + 1 isn't equals 2. How dare you say that? Ban. Jesus Christ. These libertarians all turn out to be nut jobs. All of them.
Now, this is the hypocrisy. You will be banned from our spaces. You have been promoting your group is
in our spaces. Yes.
Well, where are you? Where are you, pal? Just a minute, let me bring in. Well, Jack, here you are promoting yours in my space. Do you not see the hypocrisy, Jack?
Yes. You know what? Remove that comment right now for this live stream. Just remove it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just hide the user.
Yeah, exactly.
No, hide. So remove the comment as well. Boom.
It's gone.
Gone. There's no point asking. I was asking questions to see what you'll do, but you wouldn't reply. Boom.
Yeah, exactly.
Boom. So yeah, if you I don't know what else to say, but I'm done with right wingers. Promo vendetta, you got to be done with right wingers. I'm just not going to give them too many chances. That shit. I think that Shield for Men. He used to be an ANCAP, and he's recently changed his mind. So maybe we can reach some of them and get them to drop the ANCAP libertarian lunacy. So we'll give them some chances, but we shouldn't give them too many chances, right? And I think it's a waste of time going to their spaces debating them, because they'll just ban us.
Yes, exactly. I just happen to look like what you were saying before, where if they said you got to double click. I just happen to look for one of the child support spaces, and I found them. No problem.
Yes.
And the thing is, all these men's spaces, unlike the women's, I got to admit this about the women's are not hostile to someone promoting themselves. All the guys are against you promoting, but they themselves want to be promoted.
So it's this status-seeking instinct. They want to deny men's status and get status themselves. Women run their groups a lot better as well. They're more organised as well. They're far more organised. You see, this is why I don't like conspiracy theories. Oh, this and that, the government or the social media doing this and that. Right, social media is biased in favour of feminists, but the feminists are still better organised. You can't deny it. Men can't get shit done. And right-wing men can't get shit done. Like the feminist lunatics can still organise. The right-wing lunatics can't. That's the difference.
I can't stand where I remember Girl White's what tried to say that men are like trying to herd cats, like we're independent. He said, no, this has nothing to do with being strong and independent. These guys are just male hostile and don't want to work with.
And also, they're not independent because they want to be a slave of a woman. They want female validation.
Yes,
exactly. So they're not independent. Yeah.
They aren't.
I'm telling you, most of these libertarians, if they're welcome in feminist spaces, and we could talk with them and debate with them and work banned from them, right? They'll be straight in them. They'll be in them all the time. Because you're not feminists. Right wingers do not reject feminists. Feminists reject right wingers. That's a very important distinction right there. The feminists reject them and don't want them, and the right wingers posture and pretend to reject them in return. But they'll come running back in a heartbeat. So, yeah. And also, I've got to say, most people only complain about child support when it affects them personally. They didn't give a shit before it affected them as well. So,
and in the end, these guys still want it. They still want it in the end, even when they say they don't.
Yes, they want it for other men, but not for them.
Yes.
I think that's it. Unless you can think of anything.
You've covered it. All right. Thank you. We'll be talking to you later, my friend.
Yes.
And good to have this talk. It was good to get this out because guys, what were you for child support guys? We can't stand the hypocrisy. Listen to me. Hypocrisy that you guys bring out, and in your inability to even come to terms with truth for yourself, let alone us.
Yes, and also you ban people like us, you're just going to reduce the amount of allies you've got, because we do have your best interests at heart. right? We want the system that's enslaving you and exploiting you and abusing you and dehumanizing you gone completely, gone,
Yes.
right? But if you're not prepared to call out the right wingers who support the system, you're just a waste of space.
Yeah, perfectly said. All right, we'll end it here. Thank you, sir.